What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. You guys, I saw Dune Part 2. This is a small little bit announcement just to let you know how incredible Dune Part 2 was. It was phenomenal. A huge, monumental achievement in cinema. That film was so incredibly well made. I want you guys to all go see it. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Go see it in Dolby. I'm going to go see it a second time in IMAX. I cannot wait to experience it in the immersive IMAX ratio, you guys. It is that good. I'm telling you guys, 3 hours out of your day, go see Dune Part 2. But in today's video, you guys, I want to talk about Hugh Jackman and his demands to return for Avengers Secret Wars. Now, we're all excited for Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine. We can't wait for Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 can easily be one of the highest grossing MCU films of all time. It was the most viewed trailer in the MCU, the most viewed trailer. If that doesn't let you know that this film is going to do gangbusters at the box office, I don't know what to tell you. Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to easily cross the $1 billion mark by its second weekend, you guys. I guarantee you that. So I'm excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, especially Hugh Jackman's return. But you have a certain side of the fandom, right, who are like, no, we wanted Hugh Jackman's legacy to be protected by the way it ended in Logan. But, you know, they said they're not touching that timeline. This is a completely different variant of Wolverine, so we have nothing to worry about with Wolverine appearing in multiple Marvel projects. Now, according to My Time to Shine Hello and Inside Scooper, they stated that Hugh Jackman had some demands before returning for Avengers Secret Wars. Now, it's been rumored and reported that Avengers Secret Wars and Deadpool 3 will have a direct tie-in with each other. And it's also been reported, or rumors, that Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire will be the leads for Avengers Secret Wars. Completely fine with. But what were his demands? Apparently, Hugh Jackman stated he wanted to have an interaction with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Downey's Iron Man. So does this technically confirm that Downey is going to be reprising his roles as a different variant of Iron Man-sized Tony Stark in Avengers Secret Wars? Because if that's the case, a lot of fans are going to have some mixed feelings about that. The way his legacy ended, the way his arc ended between the first Iron Man all the way to Avengers Endgame was a beautiful, well-told story. How do you feel about a variant of Iron Man returning, played by Downey, for Avengers Secret Wars? Honestly, you guys, I want to know, how do you feel about that? Do you feel cheated by it? Because I will always have that memory of Tony's death and that experience being in a packed out theater of just complete quietness and just everybody feeling so impacted for the Infinity Saga closing out and coming to an end. It was such an experience, you guys. It really was. I'm being so honest with you guys. You know, does it cheapen the character's death? I really want to know what you guys think about that. And for Avengers Secret Wars, you know, it's being told as a complete wrap-up, a love letter, not to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but to the Marvel Universe as a whole. We're talking dating back to the first Spider-Man and the first X-Men films, now that all of those films are canon within the MCU. So if this is a culmination of everything that Marvel has done over the last 24 years, this film is going to be on a scale of ginormous, even bigger than Avengers Endgame. Because realistically, I'm still trying to figure out who's the face of the Avengers right now. And as of right now, there are no characters. There's no characters in this after the Infinity Saga that could potentially lead. Sam Wilson's Captain America hasn't really established himself yet. Captain Marvel's off-world. I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and the lineup doesn't seem to fit. So having a potential multiverse storyline of, you know, Secret Wars and these multiple variants of these characters, you know, spearheading this next big blockbuster like a Hugh Jackman and, you know, Tobey Maguire, it seems more ideal to have that particular storyline be more fleshed out for Secret Wars. I mean, maybe with Avengers 5. We don't know what's happening with Avengers 5 right now. Nobody does. Nobody knows the title. Apparently, Kang's going to have a much smaller role. I know Coleman Domingo came out the other day, said he's down to play Kang in the MCU, you know, in replace of Jonathan Majors. But nobody knows what's happening right there, you know, with Avengers 5. Is Avengers 5 going to be like the Avengers that we think that are going to be coming, like, you know, the Sam Wilson Captain Americas, you know, the Brie Larson, you know, Captain Marvel, the She-Hulks, you know, it cannot be the face. And then moving forward at, you know, to Avengers Secret Wars, you have the multiverse Avengers, because that's essentially what it's going to be. The TVA is going to be recruiting this multiverse, you know, team to take on whatever the next big threat is moving forward, going into Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars. I mean, that's all in all, that sounds really exciting for me, at least. I mean, to see the legacy characters return in such a massive way and have this be ultimately a farewell for them, and ultimately a farewell for Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman and all the possible characters returning. I mean, I know it's rumored right now, and the actor who plays Sandman, I'm completely forgetting his name, he's saying that he's hearing rumblings of, you know, Sam Raimi coming back to do a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. I'm like, well, that would be interesting. I mean, but where do you fit that in to, you know, the MCU if they decide to throw that? Well, that's technically what a Spider-Man 4 wouldn't be in the MCU. It wouldn't. It would be its own thing back in its own universe. So Marvel Studios would have nothing to do with that, and that would be Sony. And when Sony's track record right now, it's not looking too great, you know, besides, you know, they're Across the Spider-Verse films. That is it. So I'm like, well, if I was Sam Raimi, you know, and Sony wanted to pursue a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and Tobey was down, I'd be like, I need full creative control. You guys will not meddle with my film. You guys will not have anything to do with what I do with Spider-Man 4 if we're going to be closing out, you know, Tobey Maguire's legacy in Spider-Man 4. But, you know, if that does happen, like, where does Spider-Man 4 set if Tobey is going to be in Avengers Secret Wars? You know what I mean? It gets kind of tricky with the whole timeline and things of that nature. You know, but I'm down to see a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. I'm down to see Tobey Maguire, you know, return, you know, for Avengers Secret Wars so he can fight alongside a Hugh Jackman Wolverine that we've all been waiting for. I mean, literally, if you sell Avengers Secret Wars for, you know, the poster of Tobey and Downey and Hugh, are you kidding me? That would be huge, so massive. And you can expect a Chris Evans to return as well as Captain America. There's so much potential. There's so many storylines they can adapt and do and bring these characters back. You know, a lot of people want to see Captain America again. I mean, Chris Evans is so beloved as a character. He said he would only do it if it felt right and, you know, it did service and justice to the character and not just a cash grab, which, you know, honestly, how much of a role, you know, would Chris Evans Captain America have in Avengers Secret Wars, you know, because realistically, you know, he's not going to be the face of the Avengers in that particular movie. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. How do you feel about Hugh Jackman saying, you know, he's only down to return for Avengers Secret Wars if it's alongside, you know, a Downey and a Tobey Maguire? Do you feel cheated if Downey does return? And do you think honestly, now that Downey's probably going to be an Oscar-winning actor after Oppenheimer and, you know, with the Oscars coming up, do you think he wants to return to the MCU? He's just now starting to find his footing outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And of course, thank you for taking time out of your day for watching C-Roll Productions. Peace.